Chris, it is Wednesday, May 22nd. Hope you are wonderful. So, I want to talk about a specific poll that came out today, but then more broadly about the electoral map, because I think that's really important. We focus a lot on sort of the national vote, but really the national vote's not all that important because we decide our presidents via the Electoral College. Okay, so this is a Bloomberg Morning Consult poll. They polled 7 swing states: Georgia, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Michigan, North Carolina, and Wisconsin. They averaged Trump versus Biden in those 7 states. Trump 48, Biden 44. Let me go through the specific results in each of those states. Okay, Trump is ahead in all of these states, with the exception of one. Georgia, Trump +3. Nevada, even, 47-47. Pennsylvania, Trump +2. Arizona, Trump +5. Michigan, Trump +1. North Carolina, Trump +7. And Wisconsin, Trump +1. Now, it does not really take me or some sort of electoral map whiz to tell you that if that plays out like that, Donald Trump is going to be the next president of the United States, right? If he wins 6 of the 7 or all 7 swing states, he's going to be well over 300 electoral votes and he's going to win. What I think is important in that polling, in the swing state polling we've seen overall, because the New York Times last week did a bunch of swing state polls that largely found this, although it was a little more positive for Trump broadly than these polls are. I think you should think of the swing states as 2 different things, okay? I'm not going to include North Carolina in my swing states. I just don't think Donald Trump is going to lose there. This poll has him up 7. I think the New York Times Siena poll had him up 9. I just don't think it's in the same level of competitiveness as the other 6 states, okay? So let's take North Carolina out and let's talk about the 6. All right. I think you should think of the 6 in 2 different categories. There's the sort of Southwest and South states. That's Arizona, Nevada, and Georgia. And then there's the upper Midwest states, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. Okay. To me, based not just on this Bloomberg polling, but more broadly on all of the swing state polling I've seen, I think that it is going to be very tough for Joe Biden to win Arizona, Nevada, and Georgia. I think he probably has his best chance in either Arizona or Nevada, and his worst chance in Georgia, but I think he's probably going to lose those states. Now, if you're a Democrat, not great, but he still can win the presidency if he winds up winning the second set of 3 states that I'm going to talk about, which are Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. To me, that's the election for Joe Biden. I think Donald Trump has a lot more paths to get to 270 electoral votes, candidly, than does Joe Biden. Joe Biden's path, the most credible, serious path in my mind, is that he goes through the upper Midwest, which is effectively what he did in 2020. He also, by the way, won Arizona, Georgia, and Nevada. But he can still win the presidency if he wins those 3 upper Midwest states. And poll after poll after poll shows that when you look at the 6 swing states, there are 3 that are really right on the margin competitive and 3 that are a little bit, at least at the moment, tilting toward Trump. The 3 that are on the margin competitive are those upper Midwest states. And remember, 2016 election, Donald Trump wins Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. Donald Trump beats Hillary Clinton. 2020, Joe Biden wins Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, and Joe Biden beats Donald Trump. Now, he didn't win by big margins. Neither of them did in those states. Trump's margins were extremely small. Biden's margins were small, a little bit larger in Pennsylvania, but small generally speaking. But in my mind, you really, if you're a Democrat, you really need to focus in on Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. That is where Joe Biden can still win this election. That is where I think he should spend the lion's share of his time and campaign money on ads in those states. Not saying you should give up on Nevada, Arizona, or Georgia. I think you should give up on North Carolina, but not saying you should give up on the other 3. Still spend money, still send them out there, still send surrogates out there. But this election for Democrats, if Joe Biden on November 6th is reelected as, I know the election's November 5th, I'm assuming we count on November 6th and we have a decision. November 5th or November 6th, Joe Biden is reelected president. It's going to be because of those upper Midwest states. He must win at least 2, and really, in truth, probably all 3 of those states to win. He's in position. I think he's maybe slightly behind, tied. I don't think he's ahead. He's in position to do it. It can still happen. But that to me is the key. So when you look at the map and you look at the swing states, think of them in those two categories. There's the South and the Southwest, and then the upper Midwest. If you're a Democrat, it's that upper Midwest you need to pay a lot of attention to, where Biden is, how he's doing, and where the trend line goes. All right, that's all I got for you today. As always, subscribe, like, tell 5 friends. All right, take care.